The bosses only eat stupid animals like sheep and ducks and chickens.
That looks stupid, Mom.
Not as stupid as sheep, mind you, but pigs are definitely stupid.
Excuse me. No, we're not.
Good heavens. Who are you?
I'm a large white.
Yes, that's your breed, dear. What's your name?
I don't know.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. But whether we are white or copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Far from the everyday world, there is a place where big
Congratulations, Mr. Sims. You are the fattest boy in camp.
is beautiful
Chipmunks, download!
and thin isn't it.
This is definitely not sanitary.
For Jerry and his friends, it was a dream come true. Until the new owner
That is out of here, mister.
Oh no.
turned it into a nightmare.
Lunch has been canceled to...
Believe your eyes.
I have a magic cupboard that has a magic key. I put a plastic Indian in the cupboard and he came alive. You are so real.
Yes. Are you?
Open your mind.
He is a real Iroquois man. He talks, eats.
You have no idea what you are getting yourself into.
An ancient game where the primitive spirit of the jungle can leap out and take hold of your world.
I've seen things you can't even imagine. Things you can't even see.
And those who have ever played the game know the dangers that lie within.
You're afraid. It's okay to be afraid.
I am not afraid of anything.
Prove it.
Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Establish your recon post downstairs.
Code Red, repeat. We are at Code Red. Recon Plan Charlie, execute. Move, 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 move! It's a
big one.
Walt Disney Pictures presents a totally new animated motion picture event.
Star Command, come in. Do you read me?
The story of two toys.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Hello?
Headed for a showdown.
My name is Woody. This is my spot.
Interesting.
Ray, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain.
One is a genius, the other's insane. They're laboratory mice, their genes can't concise. They're Dinky, and the brain.
Whenever there's a crime or trouble that no one can solve at all, it seems, that's when they come and on the double. Sylvester and Tweety, mysteries. It might be day or night, whenever conditions are right for them to flee. Somehow it all still fits together. Sylvester and Tweety.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
What's the story, Wishbone? What's this your dream?
See Drew in the mystery of the Ghostwriter's Cruise.
See you soon. Have a nice trip. Bon voyage.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows your tune. Then a little voice inside you whispers. Sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a place for somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look,
Take a bow, the night is over. This masquerade is getting old.
There used to be a graying tower
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Bill Andrews and Rob Jennings.
Parking levels, which just simply flattened onto one another like pancakes.
You have also talked about more bomb threats around the country. One at an IRS office in Boston, another one at the federal building in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, we're not sure how all of this is connected, but we're getting word of this over the wire and through the telephone. There you're seeing more pictures of the Murrah Federal Building and the complete...
Good evening, I'm Marianne Childers. In the next half hour, we'll learn how extreme heat happens and how to protect ourselves. An expert tells us why senior citizens are so at risk and how to safeguard them. And we'll warn you about some scam artists who take advantage of people suffering from the heat. But first, here's Bill Curtis with the latest on the story.
Thank you, Marianne. Here is the latest. At least 457 deaths have been blamed so far on last week's heat wave. Officials of the Federal Centers for Disease Control are meeting and they have arrived to investigate. And the city has issued a heat watch as 90-degree weather is forecast.
In the early morning of January the 17th, 1995, instruments in a lab in western Japan picked up a burst of intense electromagnetic radiation. It was the signature of a massive earthquake which had just struck the city of Kobe from its epicenter 20 kilometers to the southwest. There was no warning. 180,000 buildings were destroyed. An urban area 20 kilometers long and 4 kilometers wide was totally wrecked. Nothing moved in or out of Kobe by road or by rail for 3 days.
There may be a clue in Zaire, a clue as to how the deadly virus got its start in Central Africa. ABC's Sheila McVicker is in Zaire this morning. Sheila, tell us about that.
Good morning, Mort. Medical researchers are saying that they believe that this outbreak of the Ebola virus started with one person who was ill. There is some suggestion and many reports that that person was a diamond smuggler who came across the border into Zaire.
NASA's Kepler mission has confirmed the discovery of the first Earth-sized planets outside our solar system orbiting a sun-like star. Located about 1,000 light-years from Earth, the Kepler-20 solar system has 5 planets orbiting a star similar to the Sun.
Once again, our top story this evening, the assassination today of Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, gunned down at a pro-government rally tonight in Tel Aviv. The 73-year-old Rabin was rushed to a hospital where he died of his wounds a short time later. A young Israeli student linked to a right-wing Israeli extremist group was arrested at the scene. Now, Israeli radio is reporting he has confessed to the killing. The assassin reportedly told police he was acting, quote, on God's order alone, end of quote, and does not regret what he did, according to authorities. The White House says President Clinton will leave Sunday for Israel, where the Prime Minister will be buried in accordance with the Jewish tradition on Monday afternoon. The President and other world leaders, including PLO Chairman Yasser Arafat, have expressed their shock and sadness over this and their hope that the Middle East peace process will continue.
Thousands of Tokyoites were choking, gagging, wiping their eyes this morning after mysterious fumes of poison gas swirled through the subway system. Rescue crews were overwhelmed. More than 1,000 victims flooded hospitals throughout Tokyo. Suddenly my eyesight dimmed, says this young man. It was like going blind. Police said leaky packages containing the lethal nerve gas.
It's Tuesday, October 31st, 1995, and this is Dateline NBC. Tonight,
More than 1 million pounds of steel bearing down on a school bus full of teenagers.
The train kept going. People started panicking, not knowing what to do.
They were just yelling, there's a train coming, get off the tracks.
An instant of terror that devastated one small town. How could it happen?
Chris
the world has lost a dynamite performer and an all-around super lady. I had a chance to meet Selena at the opening of the Hard Rock Cafe, and simply put, she was a class act.
Okay, thank you, Bridget Smith. Occurred in Corpus Christi, and we have just gotten a word from a police officer in Corpus Christi, official word about tonight's arrest.
Approximately 12:30 this afternoon, regarding a shooting that occurred here at this hotel, and the result, of course, was the murder of Selena. And the individual that was responsible for this locked herself in a pickup truck and was armed with a pistol, put her pistol to her head, and we had to negotiate with her since then up until now, and finally...
Okay, now, this all happened. She finally gave up just a little over 30 minutes ago, right after 9:30. Again, recapping our top story, Tejano recording star and South Texan Selena Quintanilla was shot and killed in Corpus Christi today. The person who apparently shot her was arrested a short time ago. Selena, born in 1971, would have been 24 in just 2 weeks.
Football. Super Bowl 29. The kickoff is moments away.
We go to the 9th inning. Mark Wohlers on the pitch. 3 little outs between the Braves and a World Series title. Mark into the wind. The 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Swung, popped up. Short left field. Everybody chasing it. Belliard's got it in foul territory. Great play. 1 out. And remember early in the game when they could have pinch hit for Rafael Belliard and didn't. He made an outstanding play in foul territory. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung. Fly ball deep center. Grissom back. He's got room. Plenty of room. 2 out. And it all comes down to this. 1 more little out. Mark gets the sign. The wind and the pitch. Here it is. Swung. Fly ball deep left center. Grissom on the run. Yes! 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 The Atlanta Braves have given you a championship.
Well, they're going to have a few quotes in the papers tomorrow.
Let's not forget about Detroit, their Red Wings, their coaching staff, and their great hockey city. They battled to get here for the first time in a long time, but they were beaten by a much better hockey club. Much better hockey club.
The championship to New Jersey. The Devils win the Stanley Cup.
The DVD, introduced in December 1995. At first glance, DVDs seem very similar to CDs. They're the same diameter and thickness, and their digital data is encoded in a long spiral of microscopic pits and bumps. But at 4.7 gigabytes of capacity, a DVD can hold almost 7 times more data than a CD. That's because the pits and bumps are 4 times smaller on a DVD, making the spiral tighter and longer. And unlike a CD, a DVD can have up to 4 layers of data, increasing its capacity to almost
Protease inhibitors slow down HIV replication after the virus is integrated into the host cell's DNA in acutely and chronically infected cells. During the maturation process of new virions, the HIV protease enzyme cuts newly produced elements of the virus, called polyproteins, into essential functional protein products. This critical process occurs as each new virion grows from the membrane of an HIV-infected cell and continues after the immature virus is released from the cell. The host cell is eventually destroyed in the process. If the polyproteins are not cut, the new virus fails to mature and is incapable of infecting a new cell. Protease inhibitors are able to interfere with the functioning of the native protease enzyme. They disable the enzyme before it can cleave the new viral polyprotein into its essential protein products, thereby rendering the new virion immature and non-infectious. The mechanism of resistance to protease inhibitors may be more complex than originally thought, and is not as well understood as NRTI and NNRTI resistance. When PI resistance occurs, PI interference with mutant protease is no longer adequate.
Five, four, three,